In this video, we're working on assessing Excel training needs, and in particular, we're working on steps 9 through 10. This is a relatively simple set of steps. Essentially, we've got this Qualtrics survey exported data, and there's all sorts of rows and columns that are not necessary that we can delete. So step 9 says to delete rows 2, 3, and 4. So I basically want to delete this row, and this row, all of the data in that row. Easiest way to delete a row, and we'll do it one at a time, and I'll show how to delete more than one row. But the easiest way to delete a row is to click on the row number. So here, all the way at the left-hand side, if I wanted to delete row number 2, I can click on the 2. And when I click on that, it highlights all of the data in the row, all the way across to the very end of the worksheet. And then once it's highlighted, I can right-click on my mouse and go down to the delete option, delete. And that deletes everything, all of the data in the row, moves the entire workbook up one, right? I can also delete more than one row by selecting the row 2, clicking on this row, but then dragging down to row 3. So with my mouse, I'm clicking on row 2, and now I'm dragging down to row 3, and I could drag down as far down as I want, all the way down, but I just want rows 2 and 3. So now I've clicked, held my mouse, and dragged down to highlight the rows that I want to delete. And then again, I'm going to right-click and go delete. Now, one thing you want to be careful of is not hitting the delete key on your keyboard, because instead of deleting the entire row, that'll just get rid of the data in the row, and then you'll just have 2 blank rows. But here we want to get rid of the rows entirely, so we want to use this delete shortcut. So I clicked delete, and now I've gotten rid of rows 2, 3, and 4, right? Which was just that junk data that Qualtrics gave me. Now, step 10 is to delete the columns that are marked delete. So basically, if a column has a title that says delete, we're going to delete it. So here I can select select column A by just clicking on the A at the top of the Excel worksheet, and that selects all of the data in column A. And then again, right-click, delete. And I can also do this for more than one column by selecting the letter of the column I want to delete, holding down my mouse button, dragging across, and grabbing all of the columns I want to delete. So I want to delete A, B, C, and D here because those column titles are delete. Right-click, go down to delete. I want to leave this one, quality control, and then I want to start grabbing at this column here and move my mouse across, all the way across until I get to what's now column L, right-click, and delete. So now I've just went ahead and cleaned up this page. If we look at this working page, which just has quality control, name, and then the survey responses, and it just jumps right into the individual people and their survey responses. If I compare this pretty clean file compared to this the raw file, the original data set, I could see that this is much, much messier, right? So I'm happy to start analyzing this working sheet now. Go ahead and save your progress here, and then you can move on to the next set of tasks.